These multifamily houses in Erlangen in Germany are perfect for serial refurbishment. 8 large apartment blocks with identical floor plans. It makes sense to work with prefabricated elements to achieve the EnerPHit standard. This saves time and money.
Eine Hauswand ist mindestens 10, 20.
The external wall of a house is at least 10, 20, even 30 meters long, which means that you can approach it with just a few prefabricated elements. These also come with the windows and practically attach the elements directly from the lorry to the wall using a crane.
This way, basically no scaffolding is required. And as a result of this fast approach, the disturbance of the tenants by the construction work is significantly reduced.
Die Fassadenelemente bringen praktisch alles.
The facade elements bring more or less everything with them. The thermal insulation, their load-bearing construction, because they have to be stable and rigid in themselves. And above all, they bring the facade with them. That is, the cladding. In the old house, this was made of plaster. In the new elements, it is rear-ventilated timber paneling, rear-ventilated timber battens, and the windows are also installed at the same time.
To ensure that everything fits together well afterwards, it is of course necessary to plan very meticulously and in detail beforehand, correct in terms of building physics and accurate to the centimetre. The Passive House Institute has taken on the quality assurance here in Erlangen. To this end, it tested whether the entire construction could be designed to be airtight, and it analysed the thermal bridges of the lightweight timber elements.
Weil sie eben in sich stabil sein und steif sein müssen.
Since they have to be inherently stable and rigid, they have a higher proportion of wood, and therefore the thermal bridge effect tends to be higher than with a standard external thermal insulation composite system. The same applies to the anchors. These are solid steel anchors that are attached to the external wall. If you install them incorrectly, the thermal bridge effects are significantly higher than if you optimize them. And we carried out intensive calculations and looked in detail at what the advantages and disadvantages would be if the solution looked like this, or if it was done differently. That was our task in this project, and we think we did a very good job overall in cooperation with the planning team.
In this serial refurbishment, the construction team implemented another special measure. For each staircase, there is an additional facade element for the building services, which is only around 2 meters wide.
Und dort sind die Lüftungsgeräte.
And this is where the ventilation units and the other connections for the building services are installed. That is, wastewater pipes, freshwater pipes, district and local heating connections, and all the ventilation units. So they are mounted in front of the facade in a thermally insulated element. And that means we no longer need the space for the ventilation unit inside the flat. Instead, we have it outside.
Hence, only the ducts of the ventilation system need to be realised inside the flat. If this is also well planned, then the serial refurbishment with Passive House components is a good way to improve the energy efficiency of buildings reliably and quickly in order to make them fit for the future.